So last week, Kling released their new 2.6 model, so I wanted to push it to the limit to see how good the generation quality can be. Starting off with Matrix fighting scenes, and if you guys have ever tried generating shots like this, you'll know just how bad the results can be using the other models. This is what a generation using VO 3.1 looks like after having the audacity to charge what they charge. Shame on you, Google. This is a better generation using Halu's 2.3 model, but the drawback unfortunately is all of the glitches you see throughout the generation. Now when I give this specific prompt to Kling 2.6 inside of Higgsfield and select the enhance option, I get a much better dynamic result with a little bit of glitching, but not as much. So let's say I wanted to continue this fight, but I wanted to change the location of each shot as the fight progresses. I can get Nano to spit out more images of the same characters, but in different locations. Then I can give each one of these images to Kling, combine that with the same prompt from before and generate each shot. And to transition the shots together, I'm going to use the start and end frame feature, which for some reason isn't an option on Higgsfield, but you can select this as an option when going directly to Kling's website. So now we get a cool transition while the characters are still trying to fight each other. I repeated this process for all of my shots, put everything together, and this was the final result I got. Now take this next example of this beautiful shot of this WRX side by side with a truck. So I thought, let's test what happens when the two vehicles collide and a car crash ensues and the vehicle goes flying in the air. Now the first example clips the back of the truck, which wasn't that nice. Second example was a little bit better. The collision and the crash was very realistic, but I wanted the car to get more lift off the ground. Third example, the car randomly starts spinning out, but it got the lift and crash that I was after. So I was thinking the model probably needs more than 5 seconds to do everything. So I went back and increased the duration to 10 seconds. The first few generations were all very similar to the 5-second generations, but then finally in the end, I was able to get the model to generate this really cool, slow cinematic crash. Here's some other generations that came out really cool as well. This next one's kind of cool. I generated this shot of my WRX heading towards this ramp. I wanted to see what it would look like if the car made it over the gorge. My first attempt's so funny. Either the car just didn't make it or it completely avoided the jump altogether. So I changed my prompt from fast to very fast to see if the results were better. This time was a little bit different. The model generated another ramp after the first ramp to help it get over the gorge, which I thought was kind of funny in a lazy AI kind of way. Then I changed the prompt from very fast to ultra fast. But unfortunately, I was still getting the same results as before. So I had another idea. I grabbed the same image and asked Nano to make the ramp much bigger. After a few generations and using whatever physics knowledge I had, I made the decision to go with this image, which looked like the best ramp to me. And with that being said, I grabbed that image, gave it back to Kling, and changed the prompt from ultra fast to extreme high speed. But the car still didn't make it over the gorge. Now at this point, I was ready to give up, but for some reason, I wanted to try it once more, but this time, I'm going to select the audio feature where it generates the audio of the video. And just like that, I was able to generate what we all wanted to see. So I guess that's the solution, guys. Just turn the audio feature on. Now, before we move on to our next example, I wanted to show you guys more tests I did using the new Kling model called O1, aka the Google Nano for videos. One of the cool things you can do is give any video to the model and ask for different angles, and it's supposed to maintain what's happening in the video. But here's some more examples that I tested. So using one of the fighting videos we generated, I asked Kling to give us different angles. I tried 3 different aerial prompt variations, but each one of them came out as terrible as the other. Here's another example of this generation where the truck and vehicle collide. From all of the generations that actually worked, the worst example was me asking for a shot from behind the vehicle, and the best shot was this aerial one that kind of came out alright. I also tried generating different perspectives of this 10-second video where the vehicle gets closer to the truck. Here's how the results came out after about 6 different generations. The low angle shot generated the same thing. The aerial shot did work and it did kind of come out nice. POV shot from the truck looking back generated the exact same thing. 180 degrees arc shot generated the exact same thing. The lower bumper shot definitely didn't work. And view from the front facing the WRX most certainly did not work. Look, I did do a video doing a deep dive on this feature, which I would recommend everyone go check out as it has more examples. My conclusion on this feature at this stage is I'm not going to bother using it any further for specific use cases. It costs about 2 or 3 more times more than a normal generation, and you don't get the results as often as you'd like. I'm still interested in using this type of technology, but I'm gonna wait to see where Kling updates the model and sort of go from there. Next, let's generate some images of things and ask Kling to explode them. I'm going to turn on audio generations and the explosions will get bigger and bigger as they progress. And these are all first attempt, guys.
The world is ending now! We cannot hold against the fury. A gigantic asteroid approaches, its destructive force imminent.
All right, last example. I wanted to see how well dancing came out. First, I asked Kling to generate some moves, and to be honest, they came out alright, but the camera angle didn't move at all, which kind of made them look pretty boring. So I went back and generated more shots, and the camera movement was much better this time round. But the dancing came out kind of cringe, like the type that will give the girl an ick and leave your ass for a robot. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, I wanted to see if I could pull off 2 moves, the flare and the swipe.
Watch this swipe! Watch this fast breakdance fly.
Anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Honestly, I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm going to leave it there and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.